take a plane to another plane, to another plane, to another plane, bumping Baka not nice while I'm trapping in the rain.
There we go.
All right, we rolling. So I'm gonna just do a little introduction while
yeah.
you do that. This is episode number 45, which is, a big number to some extent. And because it's a big number, I got a big guest in my man Big Dubbz. Hey.
Hey, what's poppin'? What's happening?
And he just blew out a fat toe.
Big clouds, big Dubbz, big guests, big number, big clouds.
Big clouds for the big number, big guest named Big Dubbz, whose album Driftin is available everywhere. So go check that shit out.
All over the places. If you still mess with Napster, go cop it on Napster.
You can find it on Napster.
You can find that shit on Napster, right?
Yeah, he's going way back. Kazaa.
Yeah. Fucking look up Big
LimeWire.
Dubbz. Look up Big Dubbz. You'll get 100 instrumentals. It's not what it is, and it's just viruses. That's it.
Oh,
LimeWire
okay. Yeah. Just viruses. Yeah.
Just viruses.
Yeah.
Yo, there's a new song out. 150. Oh, cool. I'll click the top one, and my computer's so slow.
Yeah. Like what could be causing this? Yeah.
Oh,
could be the peer-to-peer sharing. Yeah, back in the day, the internet was really, really choppy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But here we are today where we can do podcasts and whatnot quite easily. So while we're on that subject, Big Dubbz is also the host of Weekly Words.
And Assholes with Opinions.
Assholes with Opinions, AWO.
Yeah, that's our podcast as well. Me, Sab Powers, and my boy Marcus Marks. We do the controversial talks. We talk conspiracies. We talk all that stuff that nobody wants to talk about. And
no, that's fantastic, man. Yeah, that's
great.
Why,
that's why the name Assholes with Opinions, right?
I met Sab at a comedy show for the first time pretty recently. Yeah, so it was good to finally meet him because I've got a lot of mutual friends with him now. So big shout out to Sab. I got to have him on here soon. Eventually I will.
Yo, 100%. That guy,
he's super talented.
Super talented. He's hilarious.
Funny
he's my best
fuck.
friend, It's fucking...
Yeah, no, he at the comedy show I was at, I was there for another homie of mine who does comedy, and shout out to Mike Hart and Sab.
Mike Hart.
Yeah, Sab was he was doing a song up there, and he wasn't rapping, but he was singing, but he was dropping bars. And a couple of I had like a couple big laughs, and at one point he goes, "Oh, I must have a rapper in the audience," because it was just like. And I was like, fuck yeah, because it was just such like the type of jokes that you kind of have to be a rapper to get. Like only a rapper would say something like that in a song, Yeah,
he took a lot of his material from his old battle rap days and morphed it into some comedy, and those really hit home. And fuck man, me and Stab done it all. He's done comedy. We did battle rap together. I'm more on the rapping side, but he plays the ukulele. And he makes some fun songs. He makes some joke songs. He does covers. Man, he's one talented ball. I couldn't, I tell him all the time, if I could put Sab in a lane, I couldn't, because he is just all around fucking everything.
Yeah, he's like one of those Reggie Watts type characters who just
100%.
does a variety show in a human being.
Yeah, man, he's a one-man fucking gig right there. That guy could show up and do 5 different sets, and they would all be completely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Weekly Words. How long have you been doing Assholes with Opinions while we're talking about Sab?
Right. Assholes with Opinions started probably March, April of 2020 when all
about
this
the same time as this podcast.
Yeah. Well, we started it because we were just like, man, because we just talk about this stuff at work all the time. I used to work with Marcus, and then we would go chill with Sab and we'd talk about all this shit. And we're like, man, we have some interesting opinions about stuff. I know other people have interesting opinions about that. Why not just start with that? So we did it in March when we all actually got laid off and stuff, right? So we're like, oh, we have time now. We can actually sit together on a night that it's not 2 a.m. in the morning. We're just coming back from work and we're like,
right.
Right? Like, no, now we got time. Now we're doing it. And yeah, you killed it with the 45 episodes. This is sort of like a side project because Sab has his own podcast, the Sab Powers podcast. And he did the same thing. He started it about same time, probably January last year. And he's already at like 114 episodes, I think.
Wow, holy! Well,
Yeah,
he's
got a lot of people, from comedians to artists to battle rappers to people who put out books to construction dudes to like everybody, right? And if they got something going on, he's talking to them. But yeah, he's got a lot just because he's been in every community, right? He's been in battle rap, he's been with the rappers, he's been with the comedians, he's just chilled it with the random people, just being Sab, you know. And then he's just got all those guys brought together. He's like, man, I didn't even know I knew 100 people. And I was like, yo, and like half of them said no too. So like, take that.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. It's like you're still scratching the surface, but good for him. And that's fucking incredible. Yeah. Like for me, I tried to keep it like weekly at first. And then I definitely had a couple stretches where I missed. And then toward the end of 2020, I did like a bunch all at once because I wanted to hit 40.
Nice. Yeah. Like, man, starting something and like putting yourself on a weekly schedule, you're like, oh shit, it's a lot more crazier than I thought. Like I get to Friday. All right. We do the podcast. All right. Now next week we got a book for next week or the week after, and you got to get ready. What are we going to talk about? Now I got to do some research if we're doing, you know, informative things or on your subject, right? Like you obviously know the album and stuff. You started off with that. Like it's not just sit down and go. You like on your end, you know, it's a couple days of preparation doing that too, plus whatever else you're doing, work and music and
absolutely. It's wild how fast a week goes by when you have something weekly going. You know, how short a week is.
Like when I started doing weekly words, I was like, yeah, man, this is going to be great. And I was like, fuck, Friday's tomorrow, the next week. And I'm like, all right, God damn. All right. We got to start scheduling it ahead. We got to wrestle this bull by the horns at first, you know.
Speaking of wrestle, I was just going to mention the South Park, man. It makes you really appreciate those motherfuckers because they throw those episodes together in like a week.
Yeah, you know? Man, it's crazy. Sometimes it's like down to the last day and they're just waiting for something to get announced. And they're just like, all right, make it to the board.
God damn, man. Like I understand they obviously have a lot more resources than we do too, but holy shit,
still,
putting together.
Time, man.
It's really it's admirable, man, because there's a lot. So let's get into weekly words a little bit. It's kind of a really cool endeavor, and there's a lot more to it than I imagined because now we've set up my episode and you're sending me this list of instructions like, oh, okay, this is like multiple. Because
we stepped it up. So it started actually in 2012 when I first met Hydro, and me and him were like, let's start recording. I just got a brand new Mac, just got a brand new mic. We got a slew of fucking free beats. Let's just start making music. So we're like, we're going to put out a song a week. And we did. And we started in October. We made it all the way to the end of the year. 2013 happened. I moved. And then we kind of like spaced it out like every other week. And then it kind of came to a slow roll. But then in 2014, I was like, nah, we're taking control of this. And we did a song every week for the whole year, brand new song every week featuring probably, I don't know, we did 52 songs. I'm going to say there's probably at least 52 different artists featured throughout the whole year.
Nice.
Well, they're like, we threw a song on there called Dozen. There was just 12 rappers on a 4-minute beat.
Crazy.
We just like went in, you know, shout out to the Roulette song that just dropped, something like that, you know?
Yeah, that sounds a little crazy.
Yeah, that was a wild song. We were all wilding on that song, bro.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Yeah. So then 2014 hit, we did weekly words. I dropped my album right after that. And then 2015 through 2018 kind of just didn't do much. Was doing shows here and there, releasing a single here, a single there. And then I had a whole mixtape that I was going to drop somewhere in between that. And I just never got to. So on 2019 came, I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm going in. I'm going to start weekly words up again. And my whole thing was I'm going to do it the exact same. I'm going to make a song every week and put it out. And then the Friday came and I was like, I didn't do nothing. So what am I going to do? So I just went live and I was like, yo, weekly words, free flow Friday or freestyle Friday at first. Right. And then I got the fourth one in. I was like, Nick Cannon might sue me. We're going to call this free flow Friday. We're going to call this free flow Friday.
That's hilarious.
Right.
Freestyle Friday.
And then I had me on the first episode. Then I think Sab stopped by next week, and I was like, "Yo, you want to go live with me and do this weekly word?" She's like, "Sure, we'll just freestyle." Okay, cool. The next week, Nick was over, so it was me, Sab, and Dro, and then Taco. And I was like, "Yo, I wonder if I could get other people in on this," because everybody was commenting like, "Yo, this is cool. Like, how do I get on? Can I come rap with you guys?" And I was like, all right. So I started booking people, and then like before I knew it, I had like General Knowledge on. I had Lil Nucci on. I had Stadi. I had All Distinct. I had All Exposed the North. I had basically everybody was coming out of the woodwork. That's how I met Chronic. I went to the writer's block and linked up with a bunch of people. We got patterns, and then it basically started with me sitting in my living room. And then it went to my studio where I had like the TV set up in front of us. I'd plug my phone into the TV so we could see all the comments and stuff, and we could see us on the screen as we were going live. We could interact and stuff. And then we took it from there, and I met Mikey at Ill Records, and he was like, "Yo, I want to take this to the next level." And I was like, let's do this. So we got in there. And he started like he gave me a whole new look, fucking new couches, new table, put up backboards, got me a big old weekly words sign, let me use the studio. And yeah, so that's how that progressed. And in the meantime, I went first 7 weeks, we did just the weekly words. And then on the 8th week, I was like, I should make a song with all these people who are just coming through and chilling, right? Like I got them here, might as well like ask for their time, right? And I would state that in advance, but I did it really complicated where I was like, okay, yo, let's pick out a beat afterwards, and then we'll write, and then we'll record. And then I found out that not a lot of people write like I do. So I was like, sometimes it was like, all right, I'm in the booth for like 2 hours after. Sometimes it was like 6 hours after, and I'm like,
yeah,
all right, there has to be a better way, right? So like, I kind of got them ready, and I was like, all right, listen, come with some bars. I can give you the beat beforehand if you need. And it kind of got a little bit faster pace with that. And then at we were still doing it all the way up to 2020 March. And then this all, we stopped that and started podcasting. So we stopped there, and I had a completely new idea for the weekly words, which is what I brought into fruition this year as well, is instead of having a song every week, I was going to get everybody who was on the 1 month, January, give them all the same beat at least 2 weeks before they come on. So that way, they have ample time to write. They have ample time to remember, record. We can get it done in a fashionable time. And then right afterwards, we go to a secondary location and we shoot kind of like a cypher type video. So either we'll do a one-off where the one person's just standing there with wherever the location is, and we'll do that every week with the same people, so it kind of looks like it was all shot together in the same spot, right?
That's fucking sick. Yeah.
So I had that idea at the beginning, so we released ciphers 1, 2, and 3. Actually 3 never got released because I never got video from Swish. We never got able to do that just because schedules and all the COVID shit and restrictions. Like so me and Chronic got our videos done before that. And we released a video for Cypher 1, Cypher 2, and then a undisclosed barbecue cypher went on Sab's channel. After one night we were here, we were all lit. We're like, yo, let's make a song. And then as we did, Taco was like walking around with his new gimbal, testing it out. And he's like, yo, I got footage of us rapping and recording this song. I was like, all right, time to make a video for this fucking drunk ass song. And then we did. And then, and then
sometimes that's the best shit, man.
Oh man, we had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah.
So then that all ended, and then we started the podcast and whatnot, and now we started up this year, 2021, even bigger. Now we are hosted out of the Upper Space in Niagara Falls.
Okay, nice.
Great venue. Shout out to Chrissy Hales. Shout out to fucking Indie Rock Canada and all that shit. She's one hell of an awesome person.
It's a great spot, man. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, man. So I went in and I showed her what I was doing and how I wanted to take it to the next level. And obviously that venue could definitely supply that for me.
Oh, yeah.
So we talked and we just went back and forth for like a month, and we finally got the okay. She was down to do it. And now we host our weekly words out of her venue, Upper Space, and it goes straight live to the Upper Space channel. So now we're providing her content on Fridays. So she absolutely loves it, and we've been doing really well there. Our first show back, we brought drummer Chris Baboris in. He's won a couple nominations around town for music awards and his band as well. And we got Chronic Spirit on the first one, which was like the energy I needed to come back to the first episode. I had a live drummer, I had a live guitarist, I had Taco in the control room on the board. So he would just lay down a melody on his fucking on his beat maker and just like do a little piano melody. And then all of a sudden I got live drums and guitar over it, and we're just jamming. This is the first time we've ever been in a room, all four of us, and it was just synchronicity, and it was just beautiful.
That's beautiful.
You know?
I love when that happens.
Energy. That was the energy I needed to get back, you know. And then second episode we had AJ and D-Rix on, and then we had that lockdown in Ontario, so you know that was like 2 weeks. So we finally got the okay that by scheduling an appointment only, we could use the venue, limited amount of capacity, all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this week I just dropped a solo by myself, and then everybody who was on is going to be on the Cypher. We actually hired a third person to do the videos because we usually do everything in-house at Green Tree, but now doing this whole project weekly, I'm like, I have no time to also be shooting video and editing it, and you know, so
yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. So I just outsource that part, and then basically the Upper Space is great. When I walked in, me and Taco are usually the ones that are like setting up the mics every time. We're setting up the cameras. I walked in, she's like, here's your sound guy, here's your lights guy, here's your camera guy. Just tell them what you need.
It's a nice change of pace.
I'm very blessed to have the team that I have. They are stupendous, and they come up to me every time. They're like, yo, check out what I got. And nice. They're as excited to do this show as I am to do this show, and that's just like another level of comfortability that is just great.
Hell yeah, man. Must be a bit of a dream come true for sure. Yeah, as far as like from how you started it to what you're able to accomplish now.
Yeah, in a year basically.
Yeah,
we did that in about a year and a half. Yeah,
that's fucking huge, man. And then I
went from the living room to the spot, you know,
to the Upper Space, man.
The Upper Space.
Yeah, no, I really love what they're doing over there, and they really are supportive of local creatives, and we need something like that. You know, we need we need lots of that. Maybe
it was a blessing when I found out about it. 100%. And a lot of my friends have gone through that channel as well, you know, like a lot of people I know have gone through there, used their facilities, and there's been nothing but like great responses from people.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, I saw you're having Pluto and Light Spectrum on.
Yeah, they were supposed to be on last week, but just due to the whole lockdown and not confirming in time when we had the venue, I just rescheduled them. Just because they didn't have, like, it was just too short notice to get them down for.
Yeah, so they're going to be in my month now?
No, they're probably going to be in March.
Oh shit, they got postponed. Oh yeah, because you already had a lot of February booked when we booked.
Yeah, February's all gone. Half of March is already done. I got a couple in April already. And some people are releasing albums and stuff, and they want to work around it either the week before or the week after to promote and whatnot. Right. Because so what we do is like we freestyle for basically a bunch of the time, but a lot of people are freestylers. So I've offered, like, you can, if you want to perform, obviously, you know, fucking lay down a track, you know, one that fans love, fucking do a live performance for them. People always love that shit. If you want to leak a song, you know, if you've got an album dropping on the weekend, here, let's drop a single live and let them fucking hear it, and we'll vibe to that shit, you know. Just any way to promote whatever you have going on, I want you to do that, you know.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's a great platform, and I appreciate that you're having me on. So definitely looking forward to it, man.
I appreciate having you on. That's the whole thing. It's like, I just love making music, and I love just being with creatives and just like vibrating on that frequency. So it's like, just to have people come in and be like, yo, this is awesome, I can't wait to do this, is like, yes. I'm not like, I don't want to force anybody to come do something they don't want to do, or if it's like outside of their comfort zone too much. And the fact that everybody comes in, they're like, yeah, okay, this is nice. Like even from the beginning, just I don't know, I've just been told I'm a welcoming host, so everybody's just really comfortable when they come in. So it's just been like that the whole time.
Yeah, and it's a good opportunity for people as well to have a platform. Like I said, around Niagara. I mean, you've been on the scene a long time, and it's like it's really only like the last few years that it's been kind of our kind of group of people, our age group, that's really started to be like, okay, now here's a platform for everybody else. There really wasn't anything like that for us coming up.
No, and that's how I felt too, right? And I had this idea like a long time ago. The original idea was like kind of like Be Real Smoked Out or Hotbox, one or the other.
Yeah.
Whichever one he's in the car just fucking getting completely baked in.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So I had that idea around the same time that he started that. And I can't remember if I like got the idea from it or it just happened like that. And I was like, man, I just want to get artists and promote them. And what I was going to do is have me in the driver's seat, guest in the passenger seat. And if there was a third guest, have them in the back. And what we'd do is we'd light up 3 blunts, right? We'd fucking light up the first one. We'd sit there and talk to the first guest and be like, all right, what do you got going on? Like, what's your state? And I would interview him while the other guests just sitting there smoking with us. And then in between right after his, we would do a song, like one of their songs, or a freestyle altogether, whichever they're more comfortable with. And then after that, light another blunt, talk to the dude in the back, do another sort of thing, either a freestyle or a song that they brought. And then at the end, after that, we just have like closing conversation, like how y'all feel about this, da-da-da-da. And then we would perform a song that we wrote all together. So that's where this weekly song came in. And I was like, yeah, that's, I always had that as a staple to like make the music with people. Just a lot of people don't have platforms. A lot of people got to go to pay to go to studios to make music. And I'm like, yo, I'll put you in a video, a song, and you don't got to pay a thing.
Yeah, why not, right? It's fucking fantastic. And that's the thing is like, I always had, I'm sure you can relate, a lot of just fun with my friends doing that shit anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like exactly. You just all get together and it's like, let's make a song. Let's fucking throw a beat. Let's all write and record.
Countless mixtapes, countless fucking music, bro.
And then as you get a little older, it's like you kind of don't have an excuse to all get together and do that. You almost think like, all right, here is something for us to do.
Yeah.
And I try to keep a regular thing.
And I try to keep the whole green tree involved too, right? Like Taco's on the control panel.
Yeah.
If Taco's not there, Dro's there and he's helping out and he's doing whatever. I'm there. Sab comes out whenever he can, he comes out, fucking busts out ukuleles. Taco provides beats, and it's just like everybody's doing something and contributing and just coming out or just chilling. There's like the lounge part over to the side. Yeah, so when like we're live, there's a few people over there sitting there chilling, just watching and enjoying because they got the screen over there so you can watch whatever's on the monitor, right?
So it's a great way to get your people involved as well, man, to get your team involved.
Yeah, give them a reason to get out. Like, you don't have to pay to go to this venue. You don't gotta like want to come fucking watch 5 rappers spit for a bit. Sure, why not? Fuck, I'm not doing nothing.
It's not like there's anything else to do.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, but no, that's what I've been up to. Just fucking plugging hard at that.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. Well, I was gonna ask, do you have any more projects you're working on as far as music, albums, anything?
Okay. So me and Nick got a project coming out. It's a double EP. Each of us put out a 7-song EP with 1 song on it respectively featuring the other person. The rest is all solos.
That's dope.
And we called it Bad Man and Rotten.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just got the artwork for that. I just leaked it in in a live video that I did not too long ago, but I deleted it right after because it was only for the people who were there live to view this little leak at the end. I previewed a song. I got a solo coming out on February 10th called Snake King. I did like a Tiger King-esque song. It was for Adam Wicken's Wicked Reptiles, actually.
Okay.
He wanted somebody to make like a Tiger King-esque song when like all the hype was going on, and I got to it too late, and he couldn't go out due to the COVID, you know, all that. So fucking the video never got done, and he's like, I don't want to, like, it's too late. The hype's not there. I don't want to do it. I was like, yeah, okay, no problem, bro. So I just threw together a graphic, and I was like, yeah, okay, put that out as a single. Yeah, it's all about snakes, right? It's like every line has a crazy snake reference in it. So
okay.
Yeah, so that's why it's called the Snake King, Tiger King, whatever.
Yeah, okay. So that's just a single?
Yeah, so I got that coming out on the 10th. Probably this week or beginning of next week, there will be a music video out for the first Cypher of the Cypher series. So how that's going to work is every month I'm going to release a video for the Cypher series that everybody's on for January. Gets released first week-ish of February. Then February gets played first week-ish of March.
Okay.
And then at the end of the year, all 12 songs will be packaged into an album and then put up on every streaming network for everyone
to
download and fuck with. Yeah, so
yeah, it'll just be like a 12-song album instead of a 52-song playlist, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, that was my problem at first when I started releasing. I was like, oh man, these are all separate, and yeah, so like you just live and learn. I figured it out, you know.
Yeah, no, that's a really cool way to do it, man. And I also just want to say I really fuck with that 7-track EP featuring each other on one. That's super cool, man. And that's one of the things I love about being a music creative is like, you know, anyone can just rap, but it's like when you figure out ways like how am I going to package that in a cool and creative way where people are going to be like, I'm going to click on this and check this shit out, you know? But you also love it. Man. And it's also for you too, right? Because you grew up listening to dope albums and dope projects. So it's I fucking love being able to do shit like that and come up with new, clever ways to like package the music.
Yo, 100%. And like the art I got for it, it was like, have you seen 3 from Hell from Rob Zombie?
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's the third installment from House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and then 3 from Hell.
I didn't know there was a third one.
Yeah, it follows Otis and his brother.
Okay.
Right? And they pull up on these 2 dudes at one point, and they're like, "It's Bad Man and Rotten," right? I was like, yo, that's fucking dope as shit. And for some reason, it just stuck in my head. And like the next day, Nick's like, we should release a double EP together and I was like, yo, I got a good name for it. Bad Man and Rotten. He's like, yo, what? And I was like, he's like, can I be Rotten? I was like, perfect. I wanted to be Bad Man.
I'll be Bad Man. Yeah.
Let's go. So we did that. And then I have this graphic artist who I follow on Instagram, and he does like collabos. So he'll be like a Dragon Ball Z collabo, like what if Hit absorbed somebody that he never has and like draw the crossover art, or he'll draw like Mario cross with fucking like Link or something, right?
Right.
Whatever. He just does like crazy mashups, and they're really good. So I messaged him and I was like, yo, I need to know if you can do this. I was like, I sent him a picture of me, I sent him a picture of Nick, and I was like, Bad Man and Rotten. I need me to be Batman, but like Rob Zombie-esque. And he's like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then he hit me with the artwork, and I was like, whoo, baby.
He nailed it, eh?
Oh man, he killed it. He absolutely killed it. It's fire, man.
Yeah, I love finding good fucking graphic designers on Instagram, man.
So there's gonna be lots of talent out there, man. Lots of talent. There's gonna be a line. There's gonna be a line of Bad Man and Rotten merch coming out on my Teesprings as well. So,
hey, that's sick.
Yeah.
God damn! Look out for that, man. So, shit. What was your creative process like with Driftin'? Because that was just like a a modern Big Dubbz solo project, and I really feel like
Yeah.
you represented yourself and what you do really well on that album. Like, just, you know, we talk about projects and stuff like that. I feel like that for me was just like, you know, selfishly, I must admit, I was on it. So I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna check out this whole album right away, you know. And not that I didn't check any of your stuff before, but that was the first time I really took in beginning to end a piece of your work, right?
Yeah.
And I felt like, damn, like, and I feel like you really represented yourself very well on that album, and like showed the whole range of your skill, you know. So I'm a little curious what the process was like putting that together.
So the first song that I got was actually the title track, was Driftin'. And Taco just threw me this beat, and I just like listened to it, and like the bass in it, and just how whatever he did to that beat just moved me in such a way that I was like, I'm gonna approach this beat different. So I started talking about just inner thoughts that I wanted to outer project to people. And I was like, man, we're all just drifting like through life. Like we're all winging it. We're all just drifting away. So like we all just drift through these different things of thought processes and just ways of life through different cultures and whatnot. So the first track is Woke Up, and I talk about like waking up so far away from what I've known because I've drifted so far along a different path that I don't know what's going on and if this is even real. And then it drops into Kick Rocks, which is just a heavy track featuring Sazy and my boy James Lamb. And we just fucking go off of the top, and just basically I wake up and I'm like, yo, what's going on? And I got to tell myself, nah, fuck that, keep to the path. And I just go in with your typical Big Dubbz bar out on a track.
Yeah.
And then it slows down, it goes into Driftin', and it starts talking about like me looking back at my life and like what I've done, and like I'm nothing without this music. Like it's like ethereal, or whatever the fucking word is. It's just there in the being. You can't touch it, you can't feel it. You can, but like physical, it's something that's not physical that you feel it. It's crazy. And without that, I'm nothing. Like I don't feel like doing anything. If I don't got music, I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know?
Yeah, hell
I'm not making music, I don't feel like things are happening.
Yeah, I gotta have something going on.
Yeah, and then I just go through a wide range of emotions, like Eating You. It's that song I threw out with my boy Merc 2. Shout out Merc, he's featured twice on the album. It's my good friend from England. And he does exactly when I give him a beat, even though we're fucking countries away, we're still on that same wavelength. When I give him something, he knows what's happening. Same with him. Like he'll just send me something, and in the beginning it's like featuring Big Dubbz, and he's like, oh, he already knows that I'm going in on it. Like he doesn't even have to, like, you know.
I love that, man.
Yeah. So I had him on Eating You, and Eating You is like those things that, you know, you project as like, yeah, it's whatever, you know, whether it's like you smoke too much or you party too much, you're like, whatever. But inside, you know that you could have a better way of living if you stop just doing these toxic things, right? So like, what is really eating you? What do you feel inside when you're alone? I know you feel it too, right? Is the hook. So
yeah,
we all talked about a few things that just, you know, bothered us, but we shrug it off like it's one of our strong points instead, you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
and I feel it's very relatable.
Yeah, so I threw that in, and then I dropped it off with a song called Weird Sounds. So this song made it in by no excuse of just the absolute love for it. Me and Sab were just tripping around my house, walking around, and he was just strumming this little ditty, and I was like, weird sounds in your house, creepy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one, man. It got stuck in my head.
And I sent it to a few people, and I was like, what do you think of this? And I got like, yo, this is one of the craziest songs, like one of the best songs I've ever heard. My buddy, like, I was playing it on my stream the other day, and he's like, yo, this song's still my ringtone. And I was like, yo, okay, what's up? Like, and then like I looked on TikTok, and there's like some weird videos that people made to it, and I'm just like,
wow,
oh, okay. Yeah, so I just threw that in there because it just got so much love that I was like, you know what, this is another just like a drifting moment where you're all over the place and you just drift into this. Everybody's been there where you're in your house at night and it's alone and it's, I was like, all right, whatever. I'm putting this right in the middle of the album. This will break it.
Yeah, it fits.
And then I transition like fucking into Amen and songs like Gods and Goats where, you just want to, people get all religious at sometimes, and then that's where the amen comes in, right? So you want to say your blessings, you want to ask whatever it may be, the higher power, the gods you believe in, something out there to give you a little push, right? So that's where the amen track came in, and it just hit so hard with the amen after like every bar in the hook, and it just had to stay like that. And I was like, yeah, this is a staple. It's another one that we got Merc on. He came in and did his thing. And then we dropped off at the last song with Gods and Goats, which is me and you. And that's when I say we're all alone, or we're not alone. There is gods and ghosts, but you just gotta go on your own fucking path. You gotta be what you are. There's some crazy stuff going on in this world. You even talked about that,
yeah. Well, I loved that you got me on that, and like when you sent me that and I listened to it, I was like, man, this guy knows what's up, you know what I mean? Like this guy got me on the right fucking song. And like I could definitely hit this because it's a there's all sorts of shit in this world that people can find to sort of grab onto or look toward to be their savior or whatever it is, but to the end of the day it's in you, you know what I mean? You gotta look at within yourself.
Exactly.
And anything that you could find that brings you there, that could be perfectly fine. You know what? That's good. If that's your method to it, then that's fine. But to the end of the day, you should know that it's inside of you. And if it weren't for it being inside of you, whatever it may be, God or goat it may be, isn't going to resonate with you anyway. It's in you first.
And you gotta be able to accept. And you got to be able to like appreciate what you have and what you can give.
Yeah, and it made a lot of sense with the progression of your album too, where it sort of started off existential in like a less deep way, and then to the end of the album, it's like you're really thinking about higher power and stuff like that, right?
You come to grips with like you just got to be and let be, no matter what they do,
Yeah.
Just do your thing. I don't care what you pray to. I don't care what your thing is. Do you, and just succeed.
Absolutely.
We're all alone. That was the whole thought process of that. I was trying to just really be like a more conscious album than anything in that sort of sense. And that's usually where I bugger down when it comes to the freestyles too. Like if I'm out, okay, yeah, it's fun to do like witty wordplay and gunplay. It's super fun. I'm a battle rapper. It's super fun and it's super easy. Yeah. But like when it comes to like talking that conscious shit and like making a statement with what you're saying, is when I go off on tangents sometimes, and I have to sit back and I'm like, oh yeah, I know that information, and I just said it and it just blew my own mind.
Well, what I loved about that album, and is all the stuff you're saying, because I can relate to it as well, is like trying to work that conscious content and the stuff that you are going through every day, and that you I don't want to say believe in, but subscribe to, that sort of path of self-discovery and self-empowerment and all of that, and wanting to put that in the music, but still make music that is like fun and enjoyable, and you can enjoy it with your mind off and just listen to it, or you could tune your mind in and hear some real introspective content, so the idea of finding ways to bring that more conscious content into music that is also fun and enjoyable, where it's not necessarily depressing music.
That is the hard translation into that type of music, is try not to bum them out while you're being real with it. You got to George Carlin them, basically. You got to make them laugh at themselves and not realize that they're laughing at themselves until it's too late to realize that they laughed at themselves.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. They got to enjoy it. It can't feel like they're being preached at, because that turns people off. You know what I mean? But you got to preach at them without preaching at them, and that's it's a fun thing, trying to find a way to do that. To put yourself out there in the ways that you want to, but without sounding like you're pushing it on anybody. It's just like, hey, here's what I do. You know what I mean? And if you tune in, you might get some wisdom. You know what I mean? You might get some knowledge, just a little bit, right? It's just going to be a dash here and there.
Yeah, I tell everybody the same thing, man. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt. Take the best of what you know and fucking roll with it. Like, you don't got to be right if you. Like, that's the worst thing about like radicals and like people that are just one way thinking. Like, they believe in anything as long as it's whatever their thing is. They don't take the good and differentiate it from, the not so good. Instead of just like,
absolutely.
There's a quote on a Tech Nine album that I really liked. It was like, I put everything that religion had to offer me in my cauldron and boiled it till the bullshit burned off it, and all that was left was love. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, man, 100%. That's exactly what it is. Like, you gotta find the good in whatever it is and just roll with that. But I forgot
100%.
I forgot 3 tracks on here. The one was Pens and Papers.
Okay,
that's actually one of my favorite tracks on the album, and it just came out. Taco gave me the beat, and I was just like, yo, I like this little reggae rock beat you got here. So I rapped it. I was like, this is gonna be the weed song on the album. This is the song right here.
Yeah.
And then I just went in on it, and I started each verse the same. I was like, inhale it, exhale it, excellent. Now I'm hungry for something, and then it just like went like that. But no, it's a catchy tune. I really like it. It's a upbeat jam. Definitely like one of the ones that I'll be doing at shows when we get back.
Yeah, when we get back to shows.
When.
Let's be optimistic.
None of this if bullshit. The other one is Target Practice, which is the second installment in a third line of J.O. disses. J.O. is a big homie of mine. One day he was like, what? Nobody's going to diss me? So I put out a diss track again. So then I was waiting for a response and he didn't do it. So I put another one on this album.
That's hilarious.
And I dropped another few ditties in there too for the Target Practice. But basically that one's just like, everybody's gone through their fuck you bullshit. Like their fuck you phase. Fuck that dude. He ain't even cool. Fuck that dude. So I was just like, throw that one on there, but definitely throw it on for the J.O. thing,
Yeah.
Don't worry, there's a third one coming on the Badman EP.
You have to if it's the Badman EP.
Man,
that shade.
And the last one is a 20-second clip called "Riz is Home." It was originally going to be titled "Free Riz," but he got free before this album came out. And what it was one day I was just sitting at home and I had my playlist on, and all of a sudden this fucking clip comes on, and it's just something, I don't know where it came from, but it's Riz, and he's yelling, "Never deep throat, shut the fuck up, I'm recording." God, you stupid. I'm like, but like, I'm in my house doing my thing, music's bumping, and all of a sudden this thing's just yelling at me. I'm like, what is fucking happening?
What's going on right now? Yeah.
And I found it, and I was like, yo, this is the outro to my album.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and that was in light to him.
And do you still not know what the origin of that clip was?
No, man, he doesn't even know what it is. I showed him. He's like, bro, I don't even know. He's like, but that's definitely me yelling at my sister. I can hear her.
That makes it even better, man.
I'm like, yes, that's so beautiful. Like, I was like, how did this get on my computer? It's literally just a 20-second clip. It was just there on my computer. No name. It's like not even in like the unknown artists. No, it's just in like the no name nothing. It's just in the bottom. It's like track 20 or something. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's like, I'm throwing this on the album.
Fuck, this is going on the album. This is hilarious.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, man. That's and that was the Driftin album. And to surprise, not a lot of people know, because we just did it on the sly. me and Taco released an instrumental album 1 week prior to this album coming out called Let's Drop Some Beats. And it was just a whole bunch of instrumentals we made when we first got an MPD and started just messing around with it. And we had made it back in like 2014 and we were going to release it 2015 and we just didn't. So I was like, yeah, okay, we're just going to release this album. So I put that out, and it like had a whole theme to it. So it was called Let's Drop Some Beats. So it was like songs were like just a snack, dinner time, breakfast, just a quickie, and like things like that. And the one song was called Indian Food, and it was like all strings and whatnot. I go on TikTok, bro. This thing's got like over 200 things of just people cooking up fucking Indian food with that in the background. I'm like, yo, let's go. Let's go. This is exactly what this was meant for.
That is brilliant, man. That's so good. People just searching up Indian food for sounds and then just oh, this sounds perfect. Big Dubbz and Taco.
Man, me and Taco providing that background music.
That's fucking great, man.
Yeah, man. That's that's been like the last little bit. But yeah, so we got the Bad Man and Rotten album coming out. Me and Jo are working on an EP. Probably will turn into a full length fucking album by the time we're done with it.
Y'all gonna be dissing each other all over that or what?
Yeah, you ever heard the song All in the Family by Korn and Limp Bizkit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do with him on a track and just fucking diss each other on one song going back and forth. Because we've battle rap before and like in a league, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. Well, that'll be dope.
Yeah, we're talking the other day, and I was like, Jay, I finished the third diss. He's like, Dubbz, you really want this now that I'm in my bag? I was like, yeah, let's fucking go. I want generic Dubbz bars all day because that's all I give him is just bars that rhyme with J.O. So I just bar out with J.O. rhymes.
Man's got the mayo.
3 songs where I just bar out on J.O. for a bit.
That is fucking hilarious. Well, he's in his bag now.
He's been releasing great content lately, man. He dropped a couple tracks with JR, Demons, Body Snatchers. He's got one called Nightcrawlers coming out with KP. He's got fucking couple other heaters in the bank right now. I can't say too much because he hasn't released the info. I got the info, but I ain't gonna drop no
well, shout out to Jo, man.
No insider trading over here.
No exclusives information on Ezza Trips balls, man. We're keeping the artist's integrity intact. We're not leaking nothing out here.
That's my boy.
So I gotta give you another shout out. I put out my Just Before Dawn album, and I was gonna see like who is gonna message me about King Gordy. And you were the only person who messaged me about King Gordy, and I was like, man, big respects to Big Dubbz for knowing what's up with King Gordy.
Listen, let me tell you,
motherfucking legend.
You want to hear some King Gordy story?
Hell yeah, I do.
Okay, so 2008, me, my homies, we head down to the Gathering of the Juggalos in Illinois, middle of a forest in Illinois, right? We get there, and Bazaar is closing out the night. King Gordy is his hype man for the night. King Gordy's performing the next day on the main stage. He's opening that night. So we're sitting there, we're rocking out, we're listening to him, and it's like the B stage, right? So behind it, there's not really that much like security walls, right? It's kind of like people were camping back there too. So I was like, yo, let's go back here while they're getting off stage. So we get off stage. They get off stage. We're like, yo, you guys killed it. Dope set. They're like, yo, thanks, man. That was fucking dope. They're like, you want to smoke a blunt? I'm like, yeah, 100%. So we go back to their trailer, and it's Bazaar and Gordy. They're rolling up a blunt, and they're just like, here you guys go. How'd you like the show? And I was like, bro, this is I'm in Shangri-La right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, this is what's happening. And then we got a couple pictures with them, but the worst fucking part was with this dude who was staying beside our campsite because we didn't have our camera on him, so he took them. This is back in the day where like this guy was like, yeah, I just have a cell phone. I don't have a Facebook or a MySpace. I was like, oh, I don't have a cell phone. So I was like, fuck, this sucks. So I tried like looking him up when I got home, and it was just like Ryan from New York, Yeah, good job. good fucking
it
luck,
really
right?
narrows it down.
Yeah. So I'm like, God damn. So I never got the pictures, but yeah, that was a crazy night. And then the next day, King Gordy was just walking around and he was selling T-shirts. So I copped a Great American Weed Smoker off of him with the CD. I got the T-shirt, the CD, fucking kicked it with him for like 20 minutes. And I was just like,
I was gonna say,
where do I go from here?
Great American Weed Smoker was the one for me, bro. Like,
yeah, bro.
I fucked with him a little bit before that because I was into some of the horrorcore stuff.
Yeah.
But I started to mellow out and get into weed at the same time as he dropped that Great American
Weed Smoker,
and he
bro.
kept some of his horrorcore shit on there, which is why I loved it so much.
War of the Worlds, that was a good
one. The fight one, who's ready to rumble in the jungle. Yeah, a lot of fucking fun. And then he also had chill ass weed smoking songs.
He's got Peter Tosh opening and closing.
Peter Tosh opening and closing. And I was just getting into weed. Again, I was about 18, 19. I was really starting to smoke a lot around that time. Around that time that album came out, and I fucked with it hard, man. And I ended up messaging him years later, like, yo, that Great American Weed Smoker was influential on me, because it really showed that like you could make weed music that still had a range of emotions. It didn't have to just be happy, mellow, whatever. Like I was going through shit in my life where I was sad, where I was angry, where I was happy, and I was still a weed head through all of that shit.
Yeah.
And that album really showed that, like, it's okay to be a stoner and not be like happy-go-lucky all the time. You can still get angry. You can still, enjoy some hard shit. So I really, really enjoyed that shit. And still to this day, when I throw that on, it just teleports me back to that time. And
yeah, bro, I feel it, bro. When I put that shit on, he's standing in front of me at the gathering, bro. Like,
I can't believe you had that experience, bro.
That warps me right there, man. And then fucking his album for me, bro, is Van Dyke and Harper music. That shit just bangs. So like, it's just the most gangsta fucking album he put out. And like, I don't really listen to gangsta rap, but that shit bangs.
That shit is hard,
bro.
He could rap his ass off. That's the thing, is like he can bar out too, man. He raps his ass off. Like he really influenced me a lot with rhyme structures and stuff like that. Great fucking rapper.
It was him and Vinny Paz that basically proved to me that you can say whatever you want in a song. It was two songs that did it for me. Fucking Horns by Tech Nine.
Yeah,
and when
Gordy.
Gordy's verse on there, when he did that whole verse, I was like, you could just do that?
That was the most insane verse ever.
And I was like,
that was a big platform for him too. And I remember I was getting into tech, and I saw that he had a King Gordy feature, and I got so hyped. I'm like, Tech got Gordy on a song, that this is gonna be so
bro.
And it is a dope fucking song. But Gordy went like way out there. You know what I mean?
Bro,
like,
he did it. And I was like, you can
went for it. He went for it, bro.
And there's another one where fucking Vinny Paz, it's Children of something from Heavy Metal Kings.
Okay.
And Children of Babylon, I think it is. And the one song or the one lyric he says, he's like, I took the head off of Kennedy from a roof in Dallas. I was like,
this guy just admitted to killing the president.
I was like, okay, so you could just say whatever. I'm barring out forever now. I'm just saying whatever.
I ain't worried about anything now.
Yeah. Like the next like bars that I was writing, I was like I was battling somebody, and I was like, I forget the dude's name right now, but it was like somebody who made Zyklon B. I was like, I'm this dude's lab partner. I'm fucking like, I'm just going off. Like, I just went in and I was like, I can say whatever the fuck I want. Let's go.
I'm harboring Osama bin Laden.
Basically, you know.
That's fucking great, man. Well, that's one of the beautiful things about having this, being blessed with this ability to rap. And it kills me. It doesn't happen as much anymore because it is a more respected form of art now, that it's been around for like 4 decades, still going strong. But I mean, the argument that people used to make that, like, you're not really a musician if you're a rapper and all this, it's like you have no idea the passion that we have for music, and how 100%. Much like when I talk to someone like you, I know that I know that you're a rapper. You know what I mean? There's just like a certain love for music that you have that only rappers have.
It's crazy that you say that, because just the other day I had the affirmation by somebody for the first time. It was the dude who does my cameras for the Upper Space, right? So like he hangs around with these musicians all day, like literal musicians who play instruments and whatnot, right? And after after this week when I did my set by myself and killed it, he was packing up. He's like, man, he's like, even though you don't play like an instrument on here, you are a musician. And I was like, okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
thank you, man. You've been around a lot of motherfuckers. And I was like, thank you very much.
You know, it's timing, and there's so much to it.
I said it from the best part. I'm like a conductor.
Yeah.
You know, I just orchestrate things. I hear music and I'm like, that would be great right here. And if we could just do, right
Hell
there.
Yeah, man. That's it. That's the art form, man. It's like having an ear is like part of the art, and nobody really has an ear for it like a rapper has an ear for it, you know.
Oh man,
and it's because we sit on top of the music, you know, and know how to bring out the best in everything. I don't know what, it's a special kind of relationship.
Bro, you look at rap, and like we incorporate every genre of music. We're sampling everything from classical to rock to jazz to fucking give me your fucking trap, give me your death metal fucking grindcore music. We'll sample it.
We will make it a hip hop beat.
We will make it. Okay.
You know? It's the best, man. It's just the best. And I love talking to other people who have the same appreciation, man. So I appreciate you, and I hope we can do some more music soon. Let's get it in, and I'll definitely
100%
be seeing you in a couple weeks on Weekly Words.
Yes, sir.
Check that out, and let the people know where they can find you and all your stuff, man.
You can find me at YouTube /Big Dubbz, YouTube /The Upper Space if you want to catch the Weekly Words live. Basically, Big Dubbz everywhere. That's BIGDUBBZ. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's pretty easy. And thank you very much for coming on and having a chat with me, my friend. And we'll do it again soon. And once again, I'll see you in a couple weeks on Weekly Words.
Hell yeah. Stay blessed.
You too, brother. One love, man.
To take a plane to another plane, to another plane, to another plane, bumping Baka not nice while I'm trapping in the rain.